From the car.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen.
This shouldn't be sparking here. This is telling me something is still grounding out, you know, causing the battery to drain. Something in here. Where does this go? This goes to this.
That's the choke element.
That's the choke element. What happened here?
That's the blue wire that normally goes
to the Jenny light. To the light.
That's the Jenny light.
Is your Jenny light always on?
This I don't know either. Where's the Jenny light?
On the speedometer.
On the speedo, there's like two red little, the red and the green.
I don't think I've ever seen a light.
That's why they took the wire off.
Should he or shouldn't he blast the Karmann Ghia? He's looking to blast it, get down to metal again, and then clear coat it to give it that still patina look. But there's layers of rust.
Jenny light and the oil light should go off.
I think if you blast this thing, good chance he's going through the car and gonna make holes. What do you guys think? I don't know. Right around the corner, this guy from my shop. 65 Karmann Ghia coupe. Just afraid when you start seeing stuff like this, and you blast that, you start blasting everything. Really open up Pandora's box.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
It's 12 volts.
It's got a 6 into dual port, yeah. 12 volt system,
12 volt.
Yep, alternator.
Just look at something on the book.
Yeah, somehow something's missing wiring. That blue wire should go to the, has to go to the alternator here, so it gives you the indication that you're charging or not.
Right.
So here it is right here. Yep, blue and green wire. And your guy was telling you to touch this, solder that to that?
Not to solder it, you just come in and you just go,
Just,
and then that will get everything charging. Once the car is turning over.
And you have to do that every time?
Yes.
No. Okay, well.
Because also there's other stuff, there's like Bondo and stuff on the side that I don't
There's
necessarily...
Bondo and stuff on, yeah.
So to me, like, what I'm afraid of, this is so oxidized.
That might be opening Pandora's box.
That's what I said. Yeah, that's exactly what I said,
You
Dad.
might be just better off sanding it.
Just by hand. Sanding it just as smooth.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Or with an orbital sander or something, you know, just to sand it.
Yeah. Because if you can at least make it smooth, and then I can seal
Yeah,
it,
see,
and then...
The pressure washer might blow through it.
Okay.
You know, the power washer, the sandblaster. That might blow right through it.
You see, Steve.
It's missing a terminal. There should be 2 terminals.
Yes. For the blue wire.
The blue wire's got to go somewhere.
So we got a 65 Beetle here. Why don't we just check it out? In the rear hatch, we got an alternator on this one. Should be a very similar wire setup, you see?
Right.
The blue wire is back here.
Right, the blue
and that's
wire
where
actually
that's supposed to should go back there.
Right.
On yours.
Yep.
And then you should have 2 hots. 2 red wires.
One from the battery, one goes up to the ignition.
Okay.
You only have one.
Right.
Is there a replacement part then, you think, that...
Something's up with
Something
your
with the
harness.
wiring,
Your
something-
harness is
the
missing
wiring
something.
is messed up.
Yeah.
Okay.
The ignition switch.
Okay.
Otherwise, the car wouldn't start when you turn the key.
Right.
So there's a hot that would normally...
Yeah, there's 2 red wires that come off the ignition switch. Correct?
2 red wires, yes.
Right.
Yeah. But one of them is the hot lead from the motor or the battery.
Right, right.
So unless they change the wiring...
I want to see the wiring at the front. Does it show you anything?
Yeah, we could maybe check that.
Yeah, see this here, these should go together. This blue wire should go where this red wire is.
Right.
There should be another lead that from here that runs up to the
Ignition switch.
So I don't know if in the gear.
There's some Jimmy rig in here for sure. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, see, normally this blue wire would attach where this red wire is.
Okay.
But there's supposed to be another lead.
So what do you think then? Do you think it's a rewiring
Well, because they changed the engine, so you know, there's definitely something was going on, you know.
This is way loose.
Yo.
Yeah.
Where's the key switch on a Ghia?
Is that right there?
That's a light switch.
Light switch.
Right
Where's your key switch?
here. Maybe like
Oh, in the corner back
Oh.
there. Oh, you can't even see it.
No, huh?
This,
No.
this is the red wire that goes to the back. Go and turn your key on. See if you get the generator light to come on. Just turn it to the first stop. You don't have to start the motor.
Did you join the two wires?
Yeah, just touch them together.
Okay. Fuel pump?
Oh, electric fuel pump. Any light come on? No light? Okay.
No light?
It's on the dead.
It could be a bulb, but a connection up there too. But
See if it starts.
you're right, Steve.
It's only 12 volts.
Fan belt for sure, yeah.
Let's test, see if it's charging. All right, turn it off.
No real tin.
I'll get the meter and see if it's charging.
Yeah, you want to make sure too. You're missing a rear tin back here.
rear tin. Where's that?
This, the rearmost tin for your engine.
All right.
So in this area here, if you're missing this tin, we see it a lot, but if you're missing this area, you get a lot of heat from the muffler
Okay.
coming up, and you can overheat this engine.
Oh, so it's like a cover.
Yeah, it's a cover. I mean, you got the seal here, so that's good. But if you can get that tin in here,
You
you,
get the rear tin.
yeah, you could overheat.
Start to overheat.
Yeah.
Especially when the hot weather's coming in.
Yeah, for sure. Especially, and you got a later engine in here, and that's meant for 40 horse too. You know. So here's a 65 Karmann Ghia, same year as yours, and there's the rear tin
The rear.
that's missing on yours. So you need that.
Would you have to take the engine out to then put the tin in?
No, this rearmost tin, you can do it without dropping the engine.
Okay.
So, and then here's a good seal. The 2-flap seal is ideal.
Oh my gosh.
It's a good seal. The other one you have is a later model seal, which is kind of curled,
Sure.
but that's a good seal. And so if you go for a long trip, just understand, yeah, you'll overheat if you don't have that piece in there. It was all there for a reason, you know? Yeah. So I always tell people, anytime you see the ground through your engine compartment, you're missing stuff. Yep.
See your shoes, the top of your shoes.
Yep.
So then this size here is standard. So if I'm gonna get, I'll get the tin
Well, that you have to get the tin for your 1600 that you have out there.
for the 1600.
Yes, this is for 40 horse, so the tin will fit correctly.
Okay.
This is a 40 horse, so you need the 40 horse tin.
Okay, got it.
Yep.
A real like V-dub head, and then so it was like last year during the pandemic when that was all hitting off. We found a '72 Karmann Ghia which I sent over.
Oh.
And he was going to go and
Okay.
sell and so on. But it's just been really fun driving these around.
It is. You gotta come on our fall cruise. We do every October.
Do you? Yes. I would love
11th
that.
year this year.
I would.
So
I will be there.
hell yeah.
I love it.
We do 60 miles up the Hudson Valley, and then
Do
we
you
come back for food. Yep, it's all good. It's
All
fun.
right, fire it up again.
All right.
So 23.3. Not charging.
Yeah, it's not charging at all. It's not charging.
Rev the engine. messed up with that regulator.
All right, well,
Yeah, the
it's a
rig-
mystery.
I don't know if,
But even if you got a new alternator, he's still got to wire this right.
yeah.
You know, I don't know how different a Ghia schematic is from a
I
Beetle
was looking
schematic.
at it inside over there.
Similar or no?
Similar.
Yeah.
Similar.
Okay.
I mean, we can figure it out. I mean, it's not that. And then figure out the wiring.
So you can get an alternator probably from AutoZone,
Yeah.
and you can swap that. I mean, in the Ghia, you could probably swap this out pretty easily, leaving the engine in,
Yeah.
without having to drop the engine, because you got plenty of room here, especially even getting back behind the fan shroud where the big nut is.
Okay.
You can grab that easily. Take the carb off, of course. Your little obstacles with the, unbolting the plate here on the fan shroud, around by the manifold. But you could do it.
You can get down there with a wrench.
Yeah, you could.
There's only four bolts.
You got a lot of clearance here to get that out. I mean, it is easy to drop the engine and do it with the engine out, but you can do it in the car.
Yeah. Which would be prefer, I think.
Yeah, might as well. You got it out. Check everything else, right? Check the clutch, check the pressure plate, throw out bearing, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, man, I would get a schematic, download a wiring schematic, and then see. Because again, we had two red wires on the R65,
Yeah.
so we're missing something here. I mean, here's the one, but yeah.
And so the schematic will say where everything's coming from the battery,
Yes.
where it's coming from,
Exactly.
up the front,
And you just
and
gotta
to the back.
Yep.
I'd felt like I was always going to probably rewire it because
Yeah.
like what I do for a living. I work in TV, so I build all my sound cards and everything, and putting everything.
There you go.
It has to be like
Mm-hmm.
neat, and so at the front there, it's like
The rat's nest.
it's a rat's nest, and I can't handle it.
And if they're painted over, sometimes it's
You can't see
know.
the color of the wires,
No. So I figured I would get a new harness anyway, and then start figuring out
Stop
how
from
to
scratch, yeah.
Yeah,
What'd you find, Steve?
Just want to show them.
Oh,
You can
thank you.
download this off of the Samba's got these, right?
Yeah.
This is the wiring diagram.
I'm gonna take a quick picture. If I could.
It looks complicated, but it's all color coded.
So I take
Okay.
yeah. The
Now,
sound.
this has a generator,
Okay.
but when you have the alternator, essentially what you're doing is you're eliminating from this part back, because the regulator is built into the alternator.
You sand it as smooth as you can, because this is this is trapped underneath the clear coat, and it got all pimply, and then if you hit this with a sandblaster, it might be so weak and go right through it. Like if it was more like this and smooth, then I would say, okay, maybe you're okay, but that there, you hit that with the blaster, and again, if the blaster doesn't hit it on the right angle, he builds up too much heat, he's going to blast through that.
Do you think it's possible to get underneath whatever they did to seal it, get underneath it, and then put an inhibitor on it to stop it?
Could try. It just all depends on how thin the metal gets.
Okay.
If it's too thin, it's not worth it at all. And then it's like, oh boy, now now it's a bodywork job for sure. Whole rust repair and wow. All right, what do you guys think? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Take care.